So in this video, I'll talk about the importance of healing the wounds and looking at them consciously in order to reach your higher potential and a higher version of yourself. And it is a process that cannot be skipped in the path of self-development because the wounds are like anchors that prevent your boat from going forward. And they lie in the shadows of the subconscious mind. And unless you shine a light on them with your conscious awareness, they stay there limiting your potential. And we probably all have been wounded at some point or another, and to truly unlock your higher potential, you need to consciously look at these wounds. And some can go back to childhood and others when you are an adult, and some of these wounds are buried much deeper in the subconscious mind than others. Usually we work on healing the wounds that are less deep and less painful, but as we do this more, we gain momentum and are then able to deal with the deeper wounds. Sometimes one can heal a wound and feel lighter, but then some outer situation triggers a deeper wound. And then the person may think that they did not make progress or judge themselves harshly, and sometimes they may even give up totally on the path of self-development. But the reality is that they did progress, but are now ready to deal with the deeper wounds, which can surface as more intense emotions. And the key to be free of it is not to resist feeling these emotions, but to let them flow and to be aware of it as a moving energy or swirling vortex helps. And breathing techniques can also help in this case. So what causes a wound is that a certain outer event triggered a certain inner experience, and based on that inner experience one made a decision. One may not have been really conscious of what the decision is, but it became like a subconscious computer program that sets the parameters of how the person sees itself and react to outer situations. And this decision was made from a limited perspective and awareness, and that is okay because we have all been wounded. It is part of life and learning. But in order to heal the wound and be free from the decision that formed with the wound, one needs to consciously look at the decision and then consciously replace it with a new decision that is based on a higher level of awareness. And this is how a wound is healed at its core. As an example, let's say someone developed a psychological wound from encountering spiders. At that moment, an outer event triggered a very unpleasant inner experience, and the person then made a decision, sometimes unconsciously, to avoid many things or activities in an irrational way, just to avoid having that inner experience again. But by looking at the wound consciously, even with the fear it triggers, and looking at it from a different perspective, one can form a hard decision and heal the wound permanently. And why this enhances a person's life experience is not that the person may not encounter a spider again, but is because, as I mentioned in the video of the quick course of self-development, that while there are outer events, the life experience really happens in the mind. And so by focusing on changing your reactions to the same outer situations, you can greatly enhance your life experience. In addition, some may believe that it is better not to look at the darkness and focus only on the positive all the time. But not looking and being aware of the darkness will make one less immune to their hidden tactics to try to influence you and steal your energy. And so being aware and looking at one's own psychology and seeing what makes you vulnerable to the influence or manipulation of dark forces will help you seal your energy way stronger than focusing just on the positive. And when you seal your energy with prayer, then you can become more aware of the subtle and many times hidden games of the dark forces to steal your energy. And this is especially important if you are dealing with a narcissist and the subtle games they project at you. And so when the deeper wounds are triggered, we need time to deal with it. And this is why the path of self-development is not a smooth ride, and it is not about being cool, calm, and collected all the time. And one needs to be gentle and patient with the self, and not judge oneself harshly when negative emotions arise. So the path has its ups and downs, but with time the line starts to smoothen out, and there is more of a background inner peace, love, and joy. And this feeling of love becomes a driving force for your path of self development, the love for your higher potential and creative expression, and the love for more inner peace and joy, and for being more present in the now, and to gradually let go of the lower selves that are stealing your energy through worry, anxiety, needing validation, or feeling unworthy, etc. And this process can be greatly accelerated when you work on healing your wounds. And of course, there is no right time, and it can take months or even years to heal a wound. So we need to be patient with the self, but as long as you keep applying yourself to the process, you will heal the wounds and become free of it. So thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you in your path of self-development.